we're back. Time for the next quest. Hey you, I saw you looking at me. You got something to say, huh? No? Well, I do. You know Didi Lata? Short, broke, never pays what he owes? Yeah, that bleeding war son. Tell him to pay up, or I swear by the 12, I'll beat him so hard it'll feel like the second coming of Dalamut. If I see that little shite's face, I'll end up pounding him into bloody pulp like as not. So you go and tell him. What are you bloody gawking at? I ain't in the mood for talking, so step back before I break your ribs on my fists. He is clearly very agitated. Use some early game FedEx quest. Oh, gods be good, Gators goon. Alright, I'll give back every gil I owe, I swear. But no more beatings, I beg you. Look, I haven't got the gil on hand, but I do have this ring. Ain't much to look at, but it'll surely fetch a nice high price. Was me dear departed mum's wedding ring, God's rest her soul. But still understand. Show it to Mamane, over at the ossuary, and you'll get your coin. Oh, gods, please, I'll get a gil, I Wait, you're not here to collect? He doesn't have the smarts to ask the ring back though. Greetings, adventurer. What brings you to the XIV ossuary? One look at this extravagant ring would make anyone question Didi Lata's mother's taste in finery. You wish to sell this heirloom on behalf of Didi Lata? Very well. It's most unfortunate when such drastic measures must be taken, and doubly so when the item in question is a fake, and such a gaudy, poorly wrought one. Also, you do know that our appraisals are not free. Normally, this fee is subtracted from the agreed value. Alas, considering the negligible value of this ring, I'm afraid you would still owe us. However, since this is a rather unusual circumstance, we shall waive the fee this once. No need to concern yourself with the bauble. I will personally see to its disposal. XIV ossuary is a sacred structure, where mortals may seek the favor of Tal, arbiter of the afterlife. For in death, we must all abide by Tal's final evaluation of our existence. Those deemed to have led lives of richer virtue are rewarded with greater comfort in the eternal soul, for their eternal soul. I urge you to consider making a donation and enhancing your virtue, thus ensuring golden paradise for your time in the realm beyond. Great salesman. In the name of science. I am Erasmus of the Order of Naltal, and I am charged with studying the anatomy of this region's fauna and the environs in which they dwell. For the dark art of our order is death itself, and power over death can only come through knowledge of life. One day I shall publish my findings in a single, comprehensive volume, The Many Breaths of Tanalan, but there is much work to be done before that day. Aid me, sister, bring me 5 bottles of marmot blood, and perhaps I shall name you in a footnote. Marmots are hardy creatures that thrive just nigh everywhere. You will most certainly find them just outside the city in the western Tanalan, by way of the gate of the Sultana. Do take care. They can be feisty little critters when threatened. The Thaumaturgus Guild is run by 5 siblings. The eldest is Kokobuki, who is recognized as Guildmaster. After him are Kokobiko, Kokobani, Kokobesi, and Kokoboa. There was a 6th sibling though, as I recall, the youngest, who did not take the vows of the order. But then, I am wrong from time to time. I always like talking to the NPCs. Sometimes they have some interesting lore tidbits, sometimes they say something funny, and sometimes it's useless. Again, you're only gonna see me kill one of them. Combat in the early game is rather boring. Some would say combat in the later game is also boring. I don't necessarily disagree, but I don't think the strength of this game lies in its combat. The point of MMOs is always to execute your rotations in a party setting, while stuff happens all around you and you coordinate with your party. So that does mean that the combat in single player is rather boring though. But I think that the story is good enough to make up for it. I cut out the load times, but it's getting longer and longer, I think. I play on the PS4, so that would likely be it. But I don't recall it being this bad a few years ago. The blood. Have you brought it? The erudite Erasmus is convinced this frothy blood of a star marmot will help him better understand the life of the now deceased Beast King lived. Yes, this will serve nicely. By virtue of your toil, I am one step closer to publishing the many breaths of Tanelan. Thank you. Take this as recompense. Go now, and may the trader smile upon you. More side quest here. How can the ossuary demand such exorbitant contributions every single moon? It's outrageous, I tell you. Don't they understand that the woman has needs? How do they expect me to pay for rouge and silk-sin dresses, and feed my marmot? Oh, if only I had the foresight to marry a more ambitious man. This is all his fault. If he just worked harder and showed some initiative, surely he would be rewarded, maybe even promoted. If things don't improve, it won't be long before I join the beggars in Pearl Lane. Save me from this cruel fate, I beg you. Speak with my husband, Bobomina, and find some way to motivate him. You shall find him at the Colosseum entrance, wearing one of those ridiculous outfits. There is no other choice. I must buy a new dress. I will not, nay, I cannot allow myself to be seen wearing these rags a moment longer. She obviously has fashion problems. I'm Bobo Nima. Congratulations, you found the world's worst husband. That is, if you believe that harpy I have for a wife. She never cooks, she never cleans, she just gallivants around spending my hard-earned money. And now I see she's speaking ill of me to bloody strangers. Well, if you're hell's-bent on meddling in my affairs, you can assist by taking some of these France the Fair flyers and posting them over the walls inside the Colosseum. I've got a long night ahead of me standing out here, so I won't be getting to it anytime soon. When you're finished, go and tell Volkan at the Gladiators Guild. He should give you something for your trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tonight's main event, the Prince of the Bloodsands and Pride of Ul'dah, the suave southern dandy, Frans the Fair. So this is a use item X on Y quest. A note to sing in the praises of one Frans the Fair, an extremely popular gladiator, as can be noted by the excessive use of exclamation marks. You helping Bobo Nima? Well, ain't that charitable of ya? Frans gotten pretty popular of late and his fans keep stealing these flyers and taking them home as souvenirs. Ah, so you've met Bobo Nima's wife. Now I understand. Sorry to hear you got caught up in all that. If you ask me, they're perfect, they're made for one another. Not that it's my place to judge. Mind? Any word, we appreciate your help. And I have obviously been yapping for too long, so I'm gonna end this part here.